Hi, Tara. I have a question. This is Kathy.
Yes, Kathy. Please
Thank
continue.
thank you so much. It was so beautiful. My question is, I have a question for you about something that, some noises that I had in the middle of the night. I was up for a number of hours and had gone upstairs, and there's a back stairwell that leads into that bedroom that's separate from the front stairwell. And there was some really strange noises coming from the stairwell, and it was like metal on metal. And I turned the light on, and it was still kind of coming, not continuously, but it would do it, stop, do it, stop, do it. And so I called down to Rich twice. And of course, the door to the master bedroom was closed. And on the second call, the noise stopped and paused, and then it started again. And so then I decided to go downstairs and see Richard because I was like, what the heck is that noise? And so I went down the front stairways, the main hall. And once I got downstairs to the master bedroom, there wasn't really any noise coming at all. And I decided to stay down there then. But I was concerned about a foreign energy, or I don't know. We used to have a presence in the house when we first moved in, and I think she moved outside, but I was wondering if she didn't come back in again. And then this morning, I was up in that room and I took Rich up and asked him to feel the energy, and we both felt that it felt heavy up there. And of course, I was imagining that voice talking to me, like telling me to pick up my laundry. I don't know, Tara, it's my imagination or what, but I thought I'd ask you about it.
Certainly so. You are doing a lot of work with other people, aren't you? And so it is important to always clear yourself. But also, because you are doing new levels of work in your shamanic work, you are attracting interest. And so we do sense that there was a presence, a curious one, and someone who was peeking in, so to speak, but not harmful, not there to harm you in the least, but just curious. Curious because of the change in the energies. And so certainly so. We're aligning you now with a greater depth of willingness to own your light. For part of that is a reminder that you are able to perceive more than you know. And we did speak of opening you to new perceptions. And that is beginning to happen, isn't it? And so as you simply ask your higher self to open those perceptions with harm to none, with elegance and ease, so that the information doesn't scare you when it comes.
Okay.
And certainly so, you have full dominion over your own space. And so you can dictate and say, well, I'm interested in knowing who you are, but I don't want you in my house.
Uh-huh.
We need to find a different way to communicate.
Well, I went once in the morning time. When I did go upstairs, I felt like that something was there, and so I did open my beams of light and create that vortex of light, and I asked that energy to go into the light, not knowing if it even needed to or not. But yeah, I just felt like, okay.
Yes, and it is simply a reminder that you do matter, and your boundaries, they must be respected.
Cool.
But first they need to be determined by you. What are my boundaries?
Okay. Well, I'd rather not have other presences come into my house. unless
Exactly.
unless
Exactly.
you're invited.
Yes.
Yeah, that's definitely a boundary that I do have.
And so just a gentle reminder that perhaps you, in your enthusiasm to reach for the unknown of the futures, as you were speaking with us the other day, that perhaps to add, but not in such a way that causes concern.
Oh, very good. Thank you for that.
Certainly so.
Thank you.
All right. And what is next? Or who is next?
I have one, Tara.
Yes, dear one.
Let's wonder about the new world then. The closer we get to it, are we going to see more of, of the unknown and like fairies and
Well, it depends on the individual. Certainly so for you, you are working with the fairy realm already, and so you will be more perceptive about that. But others who are not concerned with the fairy realm won't be having those experiences. You see, each of you will determine where your interests lie. And if you've been wanting to have deeper perceptions about something, particularly with regards to the metaphysical, whether it's your guides or other beings who share your domain of earth. Some of you are more interested in communication with animals. The animal world is a whole nother matter, isn't it? And some people have a gift in that regards. And then there are those of you who work with the plants. And so these perceptions that you are developing, well, to tell you the truth, the area where you are going to have the richest experiences are in relationship to other human beings. You're going to find that there will be new levels of communication and communion possible with each other. And you are already finding that by the development in your deepening of friendships, where you are able to be more of who you truly are, and likewise those who you invite into your world. And so there is going to be a greater level of exchange of information, exchange of ideas, and exchange of, we would say, emotions in a positive way. Does that help?
yes, thank you. And just another one is the fairy realm as excited as we are for the new world?
Absolutely. They're experiencing that lightning of energies just as you are. They too have been, you might say, in chaos, in a rut, where in their realm they have their own issues, different from yours, but still. And certainly so, they are committed to the healing of the earth, and as all of you are as well. It is a spiritual matter, isn't it, to commune with the earth energy and to provide love and healing when it is needed. And so, in that regard, the fairies are already experiencing a dramatic lightening of energy, and they are very grateful for all that you are doing.
Wow, wonderful.
For you do share the earth with them.
Wonderful, thank you.
Certainly so. And so who is next?
Well, if nobody else has a question, Tara?
Yes, dear one.
How do what's a simple process? What do you recommend to get into the unknown? Is there a simple technique, or do you just ask your higher self to take you there, or
Yes, you
One
you
approach.
have been there many times. There are different unknowns, as you know,
Right.
through the work with Lazarus, certainly. So you have already created pathways. In your respect, because you tend to analyze too much, it is best for you to use very simple methods. Maybe not simple, but easy.
Okay.
And that would mean where asking your higher self to take you to one of the unknowns would be effective. You already have the rapport with your higher self. You already have an understanding of what it means to work with the unknowns. But you do need a guide and you do need a guardian, and so that can be your higher self. So you already efficiently take care of that matter by asking further assistance. And then once you are there, as you know, the unknowns can be difficult to sense. And that makes it a little bit uncomfortable for you because you always want to have something tangible to grab onto. But as you let yourself know that, well, I'm in the unknown and it's okay if I don't hear anything or sense anything. But as I give permission, my higher self can download information. The unconscious mind can work with me, and the unknown can, as a resonance, bring me something not yet known. And then, of course, as you return, and this doesn't have to take very long, you can just be there for a few minutes. 5 minutes is a long time in the unknown, isn't it? There really isn't any time there. But when you return, then the work begins. Then the work begins to put your attention to, well, what is different? As you look around your world, what am I noticing that's different from before I went into the unknown? And you can, of course, go in with a specific task in mind, but because it is unknown to you, you want to be gracious and allow the unknown to work with you in a way that is for your highest good. So you may not get what you expect to be the information, but you might get something better. You might get something more, and you will know that, oh, this is new. This is not something I expected. This is not something I had before. And in that experience, as you connect the dots and say, oh, okay, this is an effect of my intention. I have an intention to experience something new. And look, here I am experiencing something new. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think so.
And so what is the concern?
Well, what about for other people? I mean, that's works for me. What do you think about other general techniques?
For them, it is going to be just as easy to ask their higher self to simply transport them to some unknown place. If it is the silent unknown, they will probably come into some sort of void. And there will be total silence. And in the stillness, as you listen with your being, there may be moments of discomfort. Well, aren't I supposed to do something here? Aren't I supposed to make something happen? Well, actually, the answer is no. the activity that is required is to simply receive. If it is the beautiful unknown, many of you are much more comfortable in the beautiful unknown. And so you may find that you go there often, where there's extravagant beauty around you. It can be in nature or it can be man-made. It doesn't matter. Whatever appeals to you. You may find yourself transported to other civilizations that you find are familiar and yet are not based in the current world. You may find yourself tapping into abilities that you had in those lifetimes. And they will awaken in you now. And if it is the sacred unknown, the sacred is about your relationship with God and Goddess. And you may find yourself standing before an archangel as a mediary. Or you may find yourself in a temple where you once worshiped. Again, not necessarily in this lifetime. Because it triggers your imagination and your creativity to be in some place that is not of this world. And so allow yourself to have that experience and to imbue yourself with that unconditional love that is there for you, that is from your very soul. And then there are others, like yourself, who resonate towards the mysterious. And the mysterious isn't called an unknown, and yet it is all about that which is unknown to you. In the mystery, there is this puzzle to solve. An opportunity to find solutions to solutionless problems. It activates the genius within you. And so when you have something before you that you are having trouble solving, and you just feel as though you want to give up, take a moment to go to the mysterious. We call it the mysterious other. And in that place, to activate that which has been latent within you, a new level of genius, a new depth of understanding of how things work, and a clarity of purpose for yourself. And when you return from the mysterious other, you will have a greater sense of peace and knowing that the answers are coming. And during this time in particular, when it seems as though, well, how are we ever going to get back to some semblance of normalcy? The mysterious other has answers for you. And so take a moment or two so that you can regain a sense of peace. All right, and does that help?
Yes, thanks, Tara.
Wonderful. And we thank you, each and every one of you, for your questions. We love you so, and we appreciate each and every moment with you. And so we bring this evening to a close. As we bring Katharina back, we go with love and peace. Until next time.